I get a chance to go up against him in LD, I think that'd be awesome because I got Chris Webber on my team.
Seb's the man, so I think Seb's going to handle my man Nate.
The beautiful, dramatic setting. And David. Oh, thanks, D.A. Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. And so I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
And now Washington's starting group. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Bonga in at the small forward position. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Here's Bogdanovich. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to Oklahoma City. Conley, the pass to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Bogdanovich.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
Wall's shot is good.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Conley against Wall. High post, Gobert. Back to Conley. Here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Pass to Wall. To the paint. Here's Bonga. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area. They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Here's Mitchell, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facilities.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return. Really a sponge. Donovan Mitchell watches a ton of film, accepts coaching, and applies it. A big part of his rise to stardom.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the early success of Mitchell speaks to his ability to absorb and take coaching.
Yes, credit that coaching staff, putting him in position to succeed, helping him also to develop. His decision-making is growing game by game. A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Conley scanning the floor. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Now here's Wall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wall's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Conley finds Gobert. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Mitchell against Beal. It's stolen by Wall. And here we go. Washington fast break. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Conley Kicks to Mitchell. Right side, Bogdanovich. Here's the three. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Bogdanovich. Mitchell's got 5.
An evolving part of Mitchell's game, the ability to simply catch and knock it down.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. Joe Ingles comes in for Royce O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Napier up and in from the low block.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Some dishes to Gobert. Pass to Mudiay. Back to Gobert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Clarkson. Rebound by Mahimi. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 15-5 run. Brown the pass to Napier. Back to Brown. And there's the pass to Bertans. In the corner, Napier with it. 8 feet away. And Davis pulls it down.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it. One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Napier passes to Bertans. Now, here's Mahimi. Wizards passing it around. Just his first attempt. Off the left rim and out.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
From the low block, again the Jazz score.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Now here's Napier, guarded closely. It's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
The Jazz making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Then for the Wizards, Mo Wagner's checked in for Mahimi. And it's Ish Smith in for Bradley Beal. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Now, here's Clarkson. Napier covering. Now, here's Clarkson. For the 3. And so it's Washington with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident shooting. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke.
I think the biggest thing is he's still.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Joe Ingles. Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich, and it's Davis in at the 5 down low. Mudiay with the ball. Working on Bertans. Davis dishes to Bogdanovich. He kicks it to Moutier. A floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Moutier's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Utah. This is it to Wagner. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And here is Berton. 11 points for him in that last game against New York. Here's Napier over Moutier, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the teams that you don't have a chance to win their championship.
About a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Mitchell. It's John Wall with the rebound.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And the shot goes down. Wagner's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Outside, Davis, 5 to shoot. Back to Mitchell. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Mitchell's got 7.
It's hard to stop Donovan Mitchell from getting to his spot. The guy has everything on the offensive end.
Ball passes to Hachimura. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for him.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Right side, Bogdanovich. Wall against Conley. Over Wall. Wall with a block. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Off target from outside. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Mitchell. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Can't emphasize this enough. This is the way Mitchell's got to play to give this team its best chance.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. And then for Washington, Mahimi comes in for Mo Wagner, and Beal subbed in for Napier. Ball against Conley. Poked away. It's stolen by Wall. Bonga, the pass to Hachimura. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And it's all about getting to the right spot, and Hachimura did just that in transition.
Ryan is checked in for the Wizards.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Jazz. 15-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Count that bucket. And 11 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, how valuable is Donovan Mitchell? Having him in the fold sets up this team moving forward.
Beal against Conley. And he makes that one. Beal's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Already with a bullseye on his back, Donovan Mitchell reacts to the defense, and he scores.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Wizards leading by 12. All taking his time here. Bryant trying to free himself up, and the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Gobert dishes to Mitchell. Mitchell is double. Back to Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. Conley for 3. They'll get another chance. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Wizards have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. To the middle. And he converts the layup. 6 points for Bradley Beal.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Pass to Conley. 36 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Chalk up 2 there.
You know, he's wiry strong. Conley's made a living taking contact and making shots.
Wall passes to Beal. There's 21 seconds left in the first half. And Wall with the slam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Beal, and finished off by Beal.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And so it's Washington with a... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Washington had no problems getting going, showing tremendous urgency in it. And that should...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. All runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Bonga in at the 3, the small forward. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Jazz trail by 14. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Count that one. And that's 12 points for John Wall. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Has to Gobert. He dishes it to Mitchell. Shoots over Beal. And it's Mitchell missing.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Wall draws the double. Beal gets a wide open look. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Beal's got 11 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Steve Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
No, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making it a three. So I don't think the Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Moutier against Smith. There's the pass to Wagner. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Beal. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot blocking master.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Mitchell.
Joe Ingles.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Passes to Brown. Here's Wagner, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovic. The Wizards have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Napier, he's checked in for Washington. Smitty, the NBA now preventing teams to sell international sponsorships. I mean, the league just continues to grow globally.
They have done a fantastic job. Teams can now enhance their visibility with this deal, and their internet makes this all possible when you get a chance to watch these teams all over the world.
That's a good point. Shots good by Clarkson.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Pass to Wagner. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pocket 6. Here's Napier. That shot missing. The Jazz go the other way with it. With the fadeaway. Bertans can't get it to go. And now Utah, fast break. Bogdanovic passes to Moutier. Rebound by the Wizards. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's Wagner. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Jazz. A change for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Mo Wagner. Now, here's Mitchell. Napier covering. Mitchell passes to Clarkson. The Jazz with another miss. Wizards leading by 16. Smith outside. Pass to Bertans. The kick out to Brown. "11 feet away, and that's good for 2. Brown's got his first basket of the night. 1:16 left in the third quarter. Down low, here's Gobert. Rebound by Mahimi. Wizards have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. They grabbed their own miss. Smith, no luck. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Jazz. They trail by 18. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Wizards take it the other way. It's Brown on the wing. Lets it go from deep. He's off on that one.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Napier. Gobert with the block. One-on-one here. Here's Mitchell. Lays it up off the glass. Mitchell's got 18 points.
On that play right there, you see Mitchell's impressive speed and body control in the open court.
Napier with it. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 9 points in the game so far. And so it's the Washington Wizards. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley out there with Clarkson. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Clarkson. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. Gobert the pass to Ingles. The Jazz with another miss. Wizards leading by 17. Outside, Wall. Here's Bonga. He's covered by Clarkson. Brown the pass to Hachimura. And here is Brown. Over Ingles. Hachimura. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Conley the pass to Ingles. Conley's shot is off. The Wizards shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. Hachimura, no good. Jazz trailed by 19. Conley into the lane. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
What about the handles of Mike Conley just straight up toying with the D?
Here's Wall, and the layup's good off the glass.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, top man is going for the jugular.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Outside Conley. Now the pass to Gobert. Kicks to O'Neal. Utah needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Sky high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
Ball against Conley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on John Wall. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Bertinus. And Beal subbed in for Troy Brown.
And the scary thing is, Hachimura is going to keep getting better. Games like this prove how special he can be.
And here's Conley outside. And the 3-ball is good.
And as they're trailing in this game, that they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Wall's shot is good. And the Wizards lead by 21.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Wall passes to Bonga. Back to Wall. Outside Bryant. Poke loose. Beal the pass to Hachimura. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Hachimura's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
And the Jazz call time here. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. PJ Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
Ingles can't get it to go. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Beal. And there's a minute 45 left here in the fourth quarter. Wall against Conley. 3-pointer. Wall's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Here's Gobert, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely, just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first 2.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Wall.
You have to appreciate the unselfishness. He kept the ball moving, kept everyone involved, really enjoyable to watch.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And Gobert kicks it to Tucker. Bradley trying to break free. Rebounded by the Wizards.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Inside, Bryant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul. Thomas Bryant.
Free throw, good, Bryant. Bryant hits them both. 24 seconds left in the game. Pass to Brandt. Here's Williams-Goss. Pass to Niang. On the wing, Davis. And the pass to Williams-Goss. Another miss by Utah. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.